Hi everyone, and a huge welcome to the final session of Nourish Advent. I wanted to say a huge thank you for joining me here these past 24 days. We began this journey on the 1st of December, and every single day we've been meeting and exploring creativity together through Stitch. It has been absolutely phenomenal to see how beautifully you're engaging with it. You've been sharing your art with me on Instagram. Some of them I have shared with your permission in the public domain, whilst many others have remained in my DMs and in my emails. It has been such a great privilege to be with you as your guide, as your mentor for the last few weeks. I hope Nourish Advent has felt fulfilling for you. I hope it has been a place of refuge amidst all of the enhanced busyness that December often brings with it. The world we are living in at the moment is full of strife and chaos, and I hope your stitches, your creative spirit have provided you with a space of calm and solace. It certainly has to me. In the last few weeks, we have explored many stitches. Some of them may have been new to you, and others may have been about returning to familiar ones and getting reacquainted with them. I have so enjoyed creating this artwork with all of you. And now, as we come to the end of this journey, I want to invite you to another one that's going to begin soon in the new year. If you have enjoyed yourself of nourishing your creativity, I would love for you to consider joining me inside my membership, Soothing Stitch Circle. It is a lovely community of textile artists, makers, all levels of experience. We come together with the intention of supporting one another, with the intention of providing that space, of holding space for one another, where we can feel safe, where we can feel seen and heard, where we can deepen our creative practices, where we can learn new skills, and above all, feel connected to one another and to our own creativity. The doors will open on the 8th of January, and I will be sending you more information in the new year in the build-up towards the 8th. And then there will be a session on the 8th where you can find out everything about the membership, what it looks like from inside. If you haven't subscribed to my email yet, make sure you do. I will add the subscription link in the description section of this video. A big thank you for joining me. My heart is so full of joy and gratitude for this whole experience that we've created together. Now go ahead and jump into the final tutorial of this series, Nourish Advent. Have a lovely time with Stitch, with your loved ones. Have a very happy Christmas if you celebrate it, and happy holidays. Wish you a joyous 2024. Hello everyone, and huge welcome to the final stitch of this Nourish Advent series. I am so excited to see your response. I am really blown away. Today I'm going to share with you a lovely stitch which is called Woven Wheel or Woven Spider's Web over here. And what I'd like you to do is draw a circle and put a dot right in the middle of it, and then divide it into sections by just drawing either little dots, or you can draw spokes if you want to, and these should be odd in number. So at the moment I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But you might want to draw 7 or 9, however bigger your circle is, right? Then we want to bring our thread up and make a straight stitch down to the center. Again, bring it on the next point that you have marked on your boundary of the circle and make the second stitch. Similarly, the third, fourth, and so on. The thing to remember in making this stitch is always start on the outside and come in to the center. So once we have done that, after our foundational stitches have been worked, we can now continue to fill this in, as in weaving it with one up, one down, either with the same thread, or you could try it with a contrast color. You might even want to try it with a different thickness. Okay. So we want to bring our second set of threads up right near the middle between the two spokes that we embroidered earlier. So the first one could be over, then under, over again. So what we're doing is essentially weaving it in. So under, over, under again. And the reason we had these odd number of spokes is so that it allows for the weaving. So I suggest using a blunt tip needle for the weaving part, if you have access to one. If you don't, that's fine. The other way you could get around it is that you could just turn your needle and work with the eye of the needle pointing forward. So I'm just going around the shape of my woven wheel, making sure that my tension is steady. It's not too much, it's not too little. And we carry on weaving till we are happy with the size of our rosette. So I think I'm going to make one last round. So you may choose to stop leaving these contrast spokes visible, or you may choose to cover them up entirely. So both options look really lovely. And when you're ready to finish off, just take it down right next to one of the spokes and then make a knot on the reverse. So this is our woven wheel. I would love for you to try it. I also wanted to share a little bit about why I chose this particular stitch in this position, and the reason behind is that let's just look at what's around it. Okay, so let's go over. Here is padded satin stitch, then this covers a lot of volume, right? So to contrast with that, I gave a very lightweight stitch here, which is the lazy daisy stitch. On the other side, we have bullion knots, which again looks quite like visually quite heavy, right? So what we want to do is offer relief, offer contrast, to add more dynamism to our composition, and adding this little motif, which is quite chunky compared to the openness of the motifs on either side of this, makes for a lovely contrast. So I'd like you to consider how you bring in balance and harmony into your composition. And some final thoughts here that I'd like to share is you want to now proceed to finishing your artwork. So let's try and do that. So I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to use my hand dryer to remove my drawing. So doing this, instead of removing marks with your iron, essentially means that your threads and your stitches are basically not damaged, and you're not risking damaging any of this, particularly those ones that tend to be slightly dimensional. So that's my tip. If you do need to iron it, I would suggest placing it face down and then ironing it from the reverse. So I hope you've enjoyed the series, and I would love for you to continue the journey with me. In January, inside of my membership Soothing Stitch Circle opens on the 8th of January, and I would love to see you in there.